starting off today's episode by collecting some sand. Hello everybody and welcome to the very first episode of our Dynasty SMP series. And we really need to start to upgrade this house because our storage issue is getting pretty bad. We have a lot of things going on here. Like, I've already resorted to putting all of the building blocks that we're gonna need for this episode outside because the inside is way too crowded. So I think the first thing that we're gonna do this episode right away is get this house up. I have a beautiful design for it, and then we'll talk about some of the more technical things and more important things that we're gonna do. So let's just start off with a good old time lapse. And there we go. Our new house. Now clearly it's a huge improvement from the old house. I mean, if you come in here, look at all this space that we have. Like, I almost don't know what to do with all of it. We have a little system set up here, and it's already better than the last one, which is really nice. We're gonna put all of our utilities in the garage. Unless you guys want me to put a car in there, in which case leave that in the comments. And we're also gonna find some time to make this part look a bit better. But yeah, you may have noticed this. This is gonna be for next episode. It's gonna be the prize for next episode. Now, obviously, we have lots of stuff to get done this episode. I'm planning to create a barn here. There's gonna be a farm area back here. And we're also gonna be working on a villager breeder. So that's a lot of things to do. So obviously, I think we should just get started. I'm gonna chop down this birch tree farm that I set up to get enough wood for the house. And then we're gonna get set up with a farm and some things that we can use to build the barn. Alright, so there we go. We have a nice little farming area over here, and all the trees are gone. So that's what we have for so far. We're waiting for the wheat to grow so that we can actually spread the seeds over. And yeah, I think that that's enough for the house and the farm area for now. If you have any more suggestions for those, leave them in the comments down below. But now I think before we get on to our villager breeding area, because we have lots to do today, we should set up a farm over here. So, we've already had one time lapse today, but I think it'll be fine if we added another one and built a beautiful little barn right about here. And there we go. It's done. I added a little more details, brought it up. And there we go. It's kind of a sideways build, so still looks pretty nice. And that time lapse was a little longer than the last one because this house I actually had planned in my creative test world, but I forgot to plan out this barn, so it took a little longer to get the design how I wanted it to so that it looked okay. But there we go, now it's done, and we have 3 things that we have done this episode. And we have one more thing, and that's our villager breeder. Before we end off the episode, we're just going to go right here where this church is, and it's probably going to go into this house too. So we have one villager there, and we should still have one villager in this church. I'm not sure where he went, but we have 2 villagers here, and we can use them to create a villager breeding place that's actually pretty cool. So let's get started. Done and done. We're just checking things off of our bucket list today. Here we go. The villager breeder is here. Villagers get potatoes. They breed babies. Try and come over here. Fall into the water. Grow up. When they grow up, if I can get down to demonstrate, when they grow up, they'll come up here. And then they'll sit here and wait until we need them to do something. And that's pretty much how this works. So, if I can get out, we can end off this episode. So, I was just about to end off the episode when I realized that next episode, the server was gonna go take down the Ender Dragon. And I realized that we haven't even gone to the Nether yet. So that would be kind of hard for us. So I've dug out this little bit here where we can put our Nether portal. And all we have to do now is get some obsidian. And our friend Stonks was kind enough to give us a diamond pickaxe. So we can go mine some of that, and then we can return it to him, and we'll see what it's like in the Nether. 1, 2, 3, and done. We're gonna work on making this place, the entrance, look more nethery, but where are we? I think this is Mr. Stonk's nether portal. So I think we should go link up our nether portal before we end off this episode. So I just found out where we're supposed to link the portal, and it's right here. Like, are you serious? We're gonna have so much lava to cover up. I guess we should just make the portal and see if it links. Alright, and moment of truth. Boom, done. Alright guys, I would love to go and collect some resources and make this portal look a little more beautiful, but unfortunately we have run out of time for this episode. We did so much this episode. I mean, villager grinder and the 3 pole builds, that's a lot. Obviously it wasn't as action-packed as you might have wanted, but I think that it was a lot of progress that had to be made, and it was completely worth all the time and effort that it took into making this. So that'll be it for me for this episode, and next episode, Dragon, finding some more diamonds, netherite. It's gonna be a lot more interesting because we got all of the building out of the way this episode. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, and I'll see you in the next episode.